What if you could build and deploy a real website without coding? No ID, no terminal, no programming experience, no powerful laptop, just a browser. Today I am going to prove it by building and deploying a website using AI entirely from the browser. Hey everyone, welcome back to AI Simplified. On this channel, I show practical ways to use AI without making things complicated. Today's video is about the real power of AI, not just asking AI questions, not just copying code from a chatbot, but actually letting AI work inside the real GitHub project. We are going to create a website, then ask GitHub Copilot to build it from an issue, review the pull request, merge it and deploy it online using GitHub pages. And the best part, we won't install anything locally. So what are we building? For this demo, I will build a simple website called AI Tool Finder. The idea is simple. It will be a website where user can search and filter different AI tools based on what they want to do. For example, writing, coding, image generation, productivity. This is a good demo project because it is simple, visual, useful, and can be deployed as a static website. That means we only need HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. No backend, no database, no build tools, no local setup. So let's begin. Step 1, we will create a new GitHub repository. I am already on GitHub and now I'm going to create a repository. I will name it as AI Tool Finder. There is no need for description at the moment, and we choose the visibility as public, and I add a readme file here, and then I just click on create repository. Now we have an empty repository here. There is no website, no design, no code, nothing here. Normally this is where you open your code editor, create file, install tools and start coding. So I normally use VS Code and I just clone this repository locally and start working. But in this video I'm not going to do that. Instead we are going to use AI to do most of the work. Now step 2, enable GitHub pages. So before asking Copilot to create our code and do a deployment, I will enable GitHub pages. So for this, you go to the settings, then pages, and change it from deploy from a branch to GitHub Actions. This means GitHub pages will not simply publish from a branch, but from GitHub Actions. It will wait for a GitHub Actions workflow, and that workflow will now be created by the Copilot. So my job here is very small. I only enable GitHub pages, and now all the other process will be done by AI. So let's go to the code. Now step 3 is to go to issues, and we create an issue for GitHub Copilot. So I will write a title, let's say build and deploy AI tool finder website. GitHub pages. Now I have already written the issue. I don't want to write it whole in the video, so I will just copy paste it. And then so let me quickly go through over it. So we built a static website called AI Tool Finder and prepare it for deployment using GitHub pages with GitHub Actions. The requirement is use only HTML, CSS and JavaScript, create a modern responsive landing page, add a hero section with a clear headline and call to action, and a searchable and filterable list of AI tools. We have categories like writing, coding, image generation, productivity, research, and video. Add at least 12 example AI tools. Make the design clean, modern, and mobile friendly. Do not use any backend. Do not require any local setup or build tools. Use relative paths so the website works correctly on GitHub pages. Create a GitHub action workflow inside the location to deploy the static site to GitHub pages, and then add a readme explaining the project and how deployment works, and open a pull request with when finished. So now I create this and assign to an agent from here. And now the agent will start working on this. So what's happening right now is like Copilot is reading the issue, and then it will create a pull request. And yeah, let's wait. Okay, so now you can see that the Copilot here linked a pull request for this issue. If I click here, then it normally goes to the pull request, and you can see that Copilot normally commented 2 minutes ago what it's gonna do. It's inspecting the repository, building some responsive pages, doing a GitHub page deployment workflow, updated the readme, and then validate behavior manually and run available checks. I think that is something I have to do. And here you can see that it started with the initial plan, then here it just says that it started working on my behalf, and then it links the issue here, and then you have the new changes and no conflicts with the base branch, and this pull request is still in progress. So I think it's still working, but you can see that it already wrote a lot of files. So there is a deploy.yml file, then index.file, and all these readme with a description about what this project was. So Copilot is not only building the website, it is also creating the deployment workflow for GitHub pages. That means once we merge this pull request, GitHub Actions can automatically deploy the website online. So this is, I think, a huge shift. We are not just using AI to generate code, but we are using AI to create a complete project workflow from idea to deployment. And then ready for review. Then I can also ask Copilot to do a review. Let's go back, and then I just do a request from Copilot to do a review on this. So, and it says Copilot was requested to review, and you can see it already started doing the review. So if you want, you can also see like what is happening. So you can click on the view session and then see what is Copilot working. So it's setting up the environment, list directory, read code, then it just does this PR overview and do the review changes, which once it's finished will also show up here in the pull request. So the PR implement say yeah, and then you have this. And now I can merge the request, or I can also comment something here, and then let's see convert to draft first, and then we do some small change like so if something looks wrong, I can comment on the pull request and ask Copilot to fix it. Let's say I just ask Copilot, for example, please improve the mobile layout. And then let's wait, and it should work and fix this. So I don't need to manually edit everything. This is another very important powerful part that I don't need to edit anything manually. I can review the work, give feedback, and let AI improve the project. Once everything looks good, I will merge the pull request. All right, now everything is done and Copilot is asking me for a review. I can just go and quickly see the file changed, like the changes here. But for this demo, let's move back, say ready for review. And I will also delete the branch. So after merging the pull request, GitHub Actions start running automatically. This is the deployment workflow created by Copilot. Now GitHub is deploying the website. I will go to the actions and open the workflow run. So you can see there are 4 workflow runs. And if I click on this one, we can see the deployment process. If everything is successful, GitHub Pages will publish the website and give us a live URL, that is this one. And as you can see, it's like the website is there, a real website built by AI, developed, deployed by GitHub Actions and hosted on GitHub Pages. No local setup, no ID, no terminal, no programming experience, no powerful laptop, only a browser. And then maybe let's say coding, then you get GitHub Copilot and cursor. Maybe something for image generation is Midjourney and Dolly, and yeah. So what I want to convey is that this is the real power of AI. So now it's not just a chatbot anymore. It can understand a task, make changes in real project, create a pull request, write deployment workflows, and help publish something online. Of course, programming knowledge is still useful because you have to read through the files and see the changes. If you want to build serious products, you should still learn how things works. But for beginner, this removes a huge barrier. You can start with an idea, describe what you want. AI creates the first version, you review it and deploy it. It's not only GitHub Pages. I will be doing more projects in the upcoming videos where you can just with AI write the whole deployment and just connect to the service like Vercel, and then everything is deployed automatically. This is a completely different way of building software than the traditional way we used to do. And yeah, I hope you like this video. So that was a full browser only workflow. We created a GitHub repository and enabled GitHub Pages, create and issue, assigned it to GitHub Copilot, let AI build the website, let it write the deployment workflow, merge the pull request, and deployed the final website online. If you find this video useful, then like the video, subscribe to AI Simplified channel, and comment below what project I should be building next using AI. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.